plaintiff, Sarah Rizzo, started dating the defendant after they met online, and he claimed he was single. But months later, Sarah found out the defendant was married and living with his wife. Sarah's suing her ex for a bail bond and emotional distress. Defendant Chad Fenson admits that he was dishonest while dating Sarah, but insists their relationship started off strong. Chad feels Sarah is suing him prematurely.
Start with you.
Well, me and Chad, we had met online and we started off our relationship and we built and we started dating for about 6 months, and into our relationship, I found out that Chad's whole past was a lie, everything from beginning to end. When we were dating, he was not single. He was actually married and is still currently going through a divorce, so he denied that to me after a long time.
Was he living with her?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was.
At the time?
Yeah. And as our relationship progressed, it was just constant, unbelievable lies about multiple women, about drugs, about places he's been, things he was doing.
How long did you all stay together?
We were together on and off for 2 years.
Okay. At what point did you know all these things?
I say I found out about 5 to 6 months after us of being together, and
Okay.
I only found out because I did my own research on Google, and I found out that he has an extensive background as well.
Okay, so didn't bother you much for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
All right. You want to give me some background?
Good morning, Your Honor, first of all. Pleasure to be here. So me and Sarah started off real strong. We built a lot of love for each other. We had a professionally minded folks. That's what we were. And, it fizzled from there. I was a dishonest person. Let's be honest about that.
Let's be honest about you being dishonest. Got it.
Okay, but here's the matter of the situation. I was living with my wife at the time. I moved out of my wife's house to another girlfriend's house. All the while still talking to her, giving her the impression that, I'm single and I'm living with my brother, which the whole time it was a flat out lie.
What about all the other things? She said she discovered a criminal record.
Correct.
What did you discover?
I was told, according to one day we got pulled over, that he was armed and dangerous. He has a suspended license.
Who told you that?
The police officer when he got pulled over.
All right. Did they then take him and disarm him?
That's what it stated on his record that he
No,
had.
you were there.
Right, when I was
And the
with
police
him.
said he is currently armed and dangerous?
That his record is marked as he's armed and dangerous.
Oh,
He has a
okay.
warrant, or I'm sorry, a restraining order at that time. It just came up when they
Why
searched
did
his
they take
ID.
him to jail?
They didn't, at that time, they didn't take him to jail. They just stopped him.
While you all were with the police, the police said, "Sir, this says you're armed and dangerous.
Correct.
And instead of shooting to kill, we're going to let you go." All right. Then what happened?
Can I just clarify that?
Go ahead. Yes.
They titled me as armed and dangerous as a formality because of that, as of that restraining order, because
I think you all might have that a little wrong. Everybody else I've heard stamped as armed and dangerous. It's because they're being sought. But nonetheless, they let him go. And when did he go to jail, causing you to bail him out and therefore sue him?
He was arrested October 2nd, 2015. He was arrested for a warrant for failure to appear in court for something regarding his divorce and some other issues. And he had then called me from Cook County and had asked me to bail him out because he had nobody else to do it. At this time, we had just broken up 2 weeks prior because he lied to me about saying he was going home to go to sleep when he was with his ex-girlfriend as well. So he begged me to come and bail him out. I skipped out on a day of my family vacation to help him out because at the time I still had feelings for him, so I wanted to help him. So I waited 6 hours outside of county and I bailed him out for that incident.
All right, and he agreed to repay you?
Yes, sir, he did.
All right, how much was it?
Well, the original bond was $500, and then there was a $10.65.
How much did you pay?
I paid $510.65.
All right, and when was he to repay you?
He said that once he went back to work that week, he would repay me then.
The entire amount, $510.65?
Correct.
All right, and what occurred thereafter?
Thereafter, Chad was released from jail. He had a court appearance. When he went to court, they took the money and sent me a check of $91.05, and they used that rest of his bond money for his court
When
fines.
you ask for your money, what has he said?
Yes, I have numerous text messages where he says, okay, I'll do what I can. Because after that time, I bailed him out that time, he got arrested again.
For
And
what?
he was arrested for a suspended license, and he had a pound of marijuana in his car. And from that,
Not true. Not true.
And from that, what?
he lost his job at that point. When we were dating, he was not single. He was actually married, and is still currently going through a divorce. So he denied that to me after a long time.
Was he living with her
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was.
at the time?
Yeah.
Plaintiff Sarah Rizzo says when she started dating the defendant, he claimed he was single. But months later, she discovered he was married and living with his wife.
Sir, what do you want to say about that?
You
And
know,
by the way, anytime you run into a playboy like that, they're usually broke because they spend all their time chasing women instead of money.
True.
All right, keep
Lesson
that in
learned.
mind. All you ladies that like these playboys, he gonna hit on you for some money at some point because he's broke.
well,
Woman and woman and woman and woman. Who has time to work? Or if he does work, he doesn't do a good job in the morning when he goes there because he's tired from last night's activity. And last night's activity ended up being 7 days a week because he's got all these women. One woman pulling on him for 2 days, the other woman pulling on him for 2 days, the other one, I want 1 day and I want my 1 day. That's what happens with playboys. I don't know what ladies think, but I'm giving you some insight here. Go ahead, and you all know when they're playboys because they coming to you borrowing money. Or they getting caught with a pound of weed in the truck.
Well,
Sir, let me hear from you.
so as far as the pound of weed, that it was not a pound of weed. Okay.
All
No,
right.
that's irrelevant. But on the night that I got arrested, in regards to what she's mentioning, I don't think I don't owe her because there was a time where I said I would give her some money if I could.
And you haven't been able to?
Nope.
All right. Told you. Told you. Perfect example, right?
Right.
Right? Broke.
He
All
is.
right.
He is.
So your emotional distress is for what?
Due to Chad's lack of payment, I was unable to pay for my school tuition to go back to finish my last year of my bachelor's in nursing.
All right. Well, you shouldn't have loaned it to him. Whenever there's a debt, you can't sue for emotional distress for a debt because I'm sure you've been late with your landlord. You've been late with the phone company. You've been late for a small business. Everybody, for the most part, has been late for some obligation, and that owner may not be able to meet his loan debt because you didn't pay him in time.
Correct.
So that means these businesses could sue you. AT&T might say, well, we weren't able to get a new computer in a timely manner. So we want to sue her for emotional distress. So that's not how late payments go. So I'll grant you your $410. He admits to agreeing to paying you some, but I'm going to conclude and believe you and say he agreed to pay it all, but chasing women has caused him to stay broke. And so therefore he would like to, but he can't.
Okay.
And so good luck to you. Hopefully you'll choose a man more stable with some money.
Thank you.
Time. $410 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I wish you the best.
I have nothing to say to him.